Hello everyone. Today is the first day of INN, Interesting Network News.
Yes, it is.
So anyway, today we will start reading Olympian Gods one chapter a week. This month the birthdays were...
Zizek.
So this brings us up to the stories of the week.
Yes, it does.
Today we went to Lumpini Park, and we means Pina, Zizek, Pikio, Erica, and me. There was this time that we wanted to go to the boats, and then Pikio and Zizek didn't go. They waited first. But when we came back, they weren't there. We looked for them and searched and searched. But we got tired, and eventually we sat down and wasted our 46 baht for food. We only had 6 baht left. So we decided to, and we couldn't find them. We decided to go home. Now you may be thinking, how did we go home if we only had 6 baht? Well, we decided to get a tuk-tuk and then let him wait while we got the money from home. Then we got back home and our mom wasn't there. We went up and asked Ditigaran. He said that our mom went out shopping. Then when she came back, we told her what happened. She was worried. And Pikio and Zizek were still not there. Then our mom decided to go to Lumpini Park and look for them. But when they were still downstairs chit-chatting like crazy, Pikio and Zizek came back. Everyone was worried sick, but then everyone changed to happy. Zizek was sleepy. Mom let him take a shower and he went to bed. And then the rest was very happy. The end.
Babies.
Yes, Erica. Pinam and Pikio's son. Pina and Pikio have had a son yesterday.
Gods.
Yes, time for Olympian Gods. Well, in the first chapter, the gods weren't there. There were Titans. The Titans ruled the earth, and their mom wanted them to kill their dad. So one day, the mom asked the kids, all was 12 of them, which one of them would go and kill their dad with a skid, I think. The girls were too smart. The oldest was scared, and the youngest, named Kronos, decided to go. He was always the youngest and forgotten, so he wanted wealth and to be famous. So he wanted to. But instead of just going up and somewhere and killing him, he decided that he needed 4 helpers. I forgot their names, but the 4 helpers were promised 4 sides of the earth: east, west, north, and south. So the way he wanted to do it was their mom pretended to make it up with their dad, and he came home for a fancy dinner, and then the 4 of them would hold the dad down so he can't fly away back to the sky, and then Cronus would chop him up. But one thing went wrong. Instead of a happy ending, Cronus was never the same again. He was scared because when he was about to chop up his dad asked him what was his name again, and then he answered Cronus, and then he said, "Well, he made a curse. Well, Cronus, when you have kids of your own, they will chop you up into little pieces." So even though he chopped up his dad, he was always scared and never had kids in his happier life. Until one day, one of his sisters named Thea, he decided she was very beautiful and wanted to marry her. He married her, and then the firstborn child, when it was rang to him, he was so scared he swallowed it up. The same thing happened with the second, third, and 4th child. But the 5th child was born in Crete. And then when she came back from Crete to show Cronus a rock that looked like the baby. So he swallowed the rock. And then the 5th baby who survived was called Zeus. Zeus grew up and pretended to be a cupbearer for Zeus, just for a little bit. He pretended to be a Titan, since they were all gods and goddesses, the babies. And then so Zeus made this thing to make Cronus throw up with the babies, and then he will get his own knife and chop him up into cubes. So that happened, and then the gods decided that they would all rule some parts of the world, of the universe. Zeus got the most important role. It was the sky. The first one who got barfed up, Hera, got the role of I forgot. I think it was got the role of taking the role of being mother. She was the queen. She married Zeus. Feel free to gross out. And then Poseidon, one of the second brother, got the second best role. He got this Hades, the youngest.
No.
Hades, the youngest, got the worst role. It was the underworld. And I don't mean Tartarus, which is some sort of strange pit where they threw their enemies in. It was the place where the dead people went. The last one, Demeter. Last one, Demeter, got the grain stuff, the earth practically. She was the goddess of grains. Hera was the goddess of motherhood. Hades was the goddess of the god of the underworld. Zeus was the lord of the sky. Poseidon was the lord of the sea, and just so on. Well, anyway, the lords, the gods lived peacefully and ruled peacefully until another time came, but that's next chapter. So anyway, anyway, now this week's show has closed. See you next time on INN. Bye.